So it's looking like Ahsoka Season 2 is shaping up to give us more of those Clone Wars flashbacks that we loved so much from Season 1. There's so many different things being said about Ahsoka Season 2, so I want to go over some of these rumors in this video, but before we get started, we're on the road to 3,000 subs. If you're new to this channel, I would love to have you here. Leave a like, comment down below because I most likely will respond. Now let's talk about these rumors.
I'm Spider-Man.
So it's no big secret that one of the biggest and best parts about Ahsoka Season 1 was seeing Anakin Skywalker return in his Revenge of the Sith attire and helping out Ahsoka in the World Between Worlds. I recently went back and watched these scenes, and while some people don't think Ahsoka is the best Star Wars show, it's still one of my favorites. The evolution of the mythology here, having Anakin be a Force ghost now, potentially seeing other Force ghosts and having the World Between Worlds kind of teach people things was really interesting. Clearly Star Wars, Dave Filoni, and everyone involved with this project saw how much we loved seeing these Clone Wars flashbacks and we wanted more. I think I made a video a while back discussing the possibility of seeing a live action Clone Wars series where we would either take stories that we already know from the Clone Wars and tell them in live action, or just tell stories that fill in the gaps in live action. Nonetheless, seeing Anakin Skywalker back in live action as well as Obi-Wan Kenobi back in live action in his own show really got fans excited, as well as seeing young Ahsoka. This brings me to the first big rumor, and that is Obi-Wan Kenobi returning in Ahsoka Season 2. We know Ewan McGregor has been very adamant about wanting to come back for Obi-Wan Season 2. And while it doesn't look like that's going to happen, maybe there's another spot for him in this Ahsoka show. Getting another Clone Wars flashback with Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Ahsoka all in their armor. Now, if we were to see this, I think I would want it maybe presented a little bit differently than it was in Ahsoka Season 1. I really enjoyed the idea of seeing Ahsoka in present day kind of overtake the body of her younger self and witnessing her own history and being taught lessons through that. But if they're bringing more characters back from the Clone Wars, such as Obi-Wan, Anakin, Rex, and whoever else, I think it'd be more important to spend more time there rather than just one single episode. Where this would fit in terms of storyline in Ahsoka Season 2, I have no idea. I mean, as we left off in Season 1, we're focusing on the father, the son, and the daughter. Also rumors of Abeloth and a bunch of other cosmic Star Wars things. So to add Clone Wars flashbacks again to this, I don't know, maybe it would feel a little bit crowded. And Obi-Wan isn't the only character that's rumored to return. There are rumors out there suggesting that Natalie Portman, who played Padme Amidala, is in talks to potentially return in Ahsoka Season 2. Would I be all for this? Absolutely. But again, how crowded can we make this season with all of these characters? And my selfish side is like, I don't want just, 5 minutes of time with them. I think the best case scenario would obviously to make a live action Clone Wars show, but who knows what they're going to do with this second season. The season finale of Ahsoka Season 1 shows Anakin Skywalker overwatching Ahsoka manifesting himself in the real world. So seeing Hayden Christensen come back as Anakin Skywalker isn't really a far reach, considering that he's probably going to be teaching Ahsoka a bunch more lessons along the way, a same or similar relationship to what Yoda was to Luke or what Obi-Wan was to Luke. And while I'm thinking about this, who knows, maybe they'll even make Obi-Wan a Force ghost and kind of forego all of the flashback stuff. Or maybe even have those flashbacks and then have them be Force ghosts for the rest of the series. But we have to remember, this is not a Clone Wars based show. This is about Ahsoka, Sabine, Ezra, Thrawn, and the evolution of the Star Wars universe. How many times can we go back and do cameo stuff? I mean, I eat it up every single time, but there comes a point where you have to give us some content. And based on Ahsoka Season 1, I have complete faith in Dave Filoni and the creative team to bring these characters back with meaningful purpose. I loved what they did with Anakin, and I'm really excited to see what they do potentially with Obi-Wan or maybe even Padme. It's really exciting to talk about Ahsoka again. I feel like it's been just so long, and I cannot wait for Season 2. We know it's in development, and I'm really interested to see what they do with the father, son, and daughter of the Force. We also have learned information that the actor who portrayed the Hound on Game of Thrones, who was a good friend of Ray Stevenson, who unfortunately passed away, he played Baylan Skoll, will be replacing him as Baylan in Season 2. So it seems like each week we're kind of getting a little bit more information in regards to Ahsoka Season 2, meaning we're probably going to learn more and more as time goes on. Going back to the mythology and bringing these characters back and how they could tie it in, I would love to see Anakin Skywalker become the embodiment of the father, becoming the balance of the Force, and then of course we have the daughter, who I think Ahsoka is probably going to replace in this show. The symbol of the daughter being Morai the owl, and Ahsoka having a deep connection with this owl, I think it would be a good replacement. The only question is, who would the son be? The son is that darker half, the dark side of the Force. Now some people suggest that maybe Anakin himself is the son, or we could learn about a potential potential heir to the throne, a potential Padawan of Vader, Starkiller from the video games. We of course all had those rumors with Ahsoka Season 1 of seeing Starkiller come to life, but I think it would be really interesting if they did bring Starkiller to live action, considering you have the Padawan of Vader versus the Padawan of Anakin. It just feels so good to start theorizing about this stuff again, because it's just a good time, and even if we're wrong, we're enjoying the stuff that comes out, so I'm not mad about it. Of course, I want to see flashbacks to the Clone Wars, but I don't want them to overtake the story completely unless they find a way to mesh them in terms of theme. But I also want to see the story of Baylan and Shin evolve and see where their journey goes and learn more history about them. What's going to happen with Thrawn? What's going to happen with the Mortis gods? Time will tell. Let me know what you guys think about this down below in the comments. Again, I read every single one. I most likely will respond. Subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all very, very soon.